thanks again for joining me in this session,
Oh,
Denise.
wait. Before you start, oh, it's recording. Sorry about that.
I'm recording. Oh my god.
It's okay.
Can you cut that off?
We will do the edits, so no reason. So thank you again, Denise, for joining me and joining us in this session. And thanks, Kristen, for arranging this and also persisting to have you on a call like this to learn from each other. So I'm really excited because Denise came to one of our classes, marketing classes, and I've not talked to many of our students, and you are one of the first who I'm going to speak to, and also to see how have you progressed since the class, and also what's going on in the digital marketing arena right now. So when you came to the class, right, you were someone who does digital design, right? You're a graphic designer. Is that right?
Yes, actually, I was in digital design for quite many years. I think about 7 years maybe. So I've been working with in creative agencies. So I've been working with all the like paid media strategies, all those and sales. So I know how the marketing works lah. But from there, actually, I just want to just maybe improve my design skills. So I didn't venture into digital marketing there yet. So until like 3 years ago, actually, I joined another company as a social media designer. So from there, I start to learn that actually the digital marketing is very important to grow a business. So from there, I plan to invest in myself in digital marketing. Yeah.
But what made you want to go into it fully? Is it because you just saw something important, or do you think that it gives you more opportunities to a bigger salary, or what's the main ingredient that made you go to digital marketing?
Actually, I plan to become an entrepreneur also. So
okay.
That is a very crucial part actually. So instead, because when you are entrepreneur, you're going to start small. So you might eventually you need to do everything yourself. So it is a part of the skill that is very important. So analysis and all those, yeah. That's what makes me want to venture into digital marketing.
Okay. Do you think you have an advantage being someone who is creative, who is a designer, and then now you're also a digital marketer? Do you find that it brings you any advantage in the industry?
Actually, a lot of company they will look for me in LinkedIn. But the thing is, I lack of the hands-on skills in paid ads. That is what the thing that they are concerning.
So how do they evaluate you when they look at LinkedIn? Do they look at if you have a blog, if you have done some work, or do they ask for a resume? What's important there?
Actually, they are looking for an all-rounders. But the thing is, if let's say they really want a paid ad strategies, right? They are really looking into that. So you have the hands-on skill on how to reduce the cost per leads and all those, which is I'm still practicing on it lah. Yeah.
Okay,
because due to my skill, I need to every day my company will ask me to do design, do video editing. So because I'm good in that, yeah. So I'm trying to now I find out what is the problem and what's the demand in this industry. So I'm trying to go towards that directions lah.
Yep. So at work, right, you find yourself doing a lot of different things, or do you only focus on a certain type of subject, like you only do paid marketing, paid ads, or you also do design and do all those kind of things all-rounder?
I can say I'm an all-rounder because I'm the only one in the digital department.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you're probably one person in the whole company.
Yes, from creating contents to content writing, all I need to do it myself lah.
Okay, so since we're talking about what you do, right, maybe you can explain or tell us what you do, and also what is your role like in at work. So I think this is important because a lot of people who wants to go into digital marketing, right, they do not know what to expect. Some they thought, oh, I won't be doing the content part, I'll only be doing a certain part and a certain thing at work. So maybe you can share some of your experience, what you do, and also what to expect for someone who wants to come into being a digital marketer.
Okay, because before that I was a designer actually. So after got my first job as a digital marketing, so I just discovered that actually like different field they got their different USP and all those. So it's very important to go and study the field, and it takes me around like half years lah to really know actually what they want, to really know how to promote, and from there I need to create the content and designing and short videos for them lah. So from there, only I need to find out the target audience and all those. So can say it's a long progress lah. So it really depends on what field that you want. It's not like okay, I get some companies offered me, I get a good pay, so I just go in. So actually, that's the wrong one.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, this is what my experience tell me lah.
Right. So the company that you work at right now, is it a B2B or a B2C company?
It's a B2C.
B2C.
Because I'm working in a property developer company, so I need to handle like a few projects lah. But the thing is, it's quite challenging because different project they have their own USP, and I need to come up with content, and sometimes I need to go for video shootings also.
Oh, you create video shootings and content as well.
Yeah, I need to do that because I'm the only designer in the company, like I can say so. Yeah.
So based on your experience, right, some people, they want to specialize in maybe paid ads or only SEO, and some of them want to only specialize in content. So should someone, in your advice and also in your opinion, right, should a digital marketer specialize in certain syllabus, certain subjects, or they should be an all-rounder digital marketer like yourself?
Actually, I not consider myself as an all-rounder digital marketer, because for now I feel that my role is more on social media specialist, more like not really like a digital marketing, because digital marketing they are more used to like ROI, checking out the data, all those. Actually, I'm still working on that. Even I know how to do the setup, like after coming to your class, I know how to do setup all things, but it didn't really apply well lah. Seriously. They are still using my skill to, because once the company hired you, they actually looking at your skill set. So from there, I do quite a lot. Now it's still the like content creation stages lah, I can say.
So you're more for a social media person, more for content person.
Yeah, that's I think every designer will be having this kind of issue, not just me. Yeah, because you know how to design, then the company will be glad, so they can save costs on the graphic designer, no need to hire.
Yeah, that's true. And then you tie it up with social media and analytics.
Because you see the posting out there, the job posting out there is actually like they're expecting both. A lot of them. So sometimes I find it is quite unfair, but maybe that's the how's the field works, how the world right now works lah. Yeah, in Asian company.
Right? They call it.
Yeah, true.
So when you transition to digital marketing, right? When you interviewed for this position that you are at right now, and I know a lot of people want to actually go interview for a digital marketer position as well. If you can help them advise, right? Like, what is something important when you go into the interview stage? Is it your portfolio? Is it what do the interviewer ask you?
Normally, they're expecting someone who has the hands-on experience of the paid ads, know how to operate the ads, yes, and do the strategizing, ad strategizing, and all those. But they don't really need some company, they don't really need the designer skill, because they already have the in-house designer, or they outsourcing. So that is one of the issues that I'm facing right now.
Why do you think paid ads is something that a lot of companies look for? Is it because paid ads can bring them the sales and results they want?
Yeah, I think a lot of companies are looking into that lah.
So it's always paid ads.
Yeah, paid ad is like very popular among these after MCOs lah.
Because I think
into digitals.
Right, because I think paid ads is something that can bring instant results for a company. They spend something today and then get back something at the end of the day, it's sort of thing. So they want marketers to come inside and be able to do that, right? And see results immediately, because things like social media, it takes time, it takes effort to see an ROI in the long run. It's more of a long-term thing. And paid ads is something that can give immediate results. So they want that. So I think from what you say, I understand. a lot of digital marketers who wants to look for a job and who wants to add value to a company, right, should pick up paid ads skills. Do you think so?
Yeah, true. Like maybe performance marketing also lah.
Performance marketing, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a very hot jobs right now lah.
Speaking of performance marketing, right? Maybe you done a bit at work, right? So what kind of metrics do companies look at in your experience?
For example, as in
Like when you run paid ads, what are the things that your bosses will ask you? What are the reports you are supposed to show the stakeholders? Do you have any experience with that?
actually they are very simple. They just look into our eyes, like because I'm working in the property industry, right?
Yeah.
So they are actually looking into like how many conversions, like how many leads they get,
Leads.
and after that they are looking into like how many bookings.
Mm.
So actually they are comparing the cost per leads. The cheaper it gets, then they will be happy, meaning that can save a lot. Yeah.
Mm.
So the content is very important. Like last time when they are using the still image for the paid ads, right?
Okay.
It didn't really work well. After that, I changed to video. Then the cost per lead is like going down to like below 10 ringgits. And we managed to get like 600 leads.
Oh,
Yeah.
in how long?
I think about 2 months.
2 months to get 600 leads. Oh, that's not too bad, huh?
Because the video actually I'm investing my time and in planning in it lah. So we are using the KOL like the TV host. So everyone knows about them to really bring out the USP of our projects.
So as a designer, you work with a lot of content, right? And you said you've done images and you find that video is one of the most effective. Do you think that video is going to be the next big thing, or is going to be here forever for a long time?
If you ask me in property industry, that actually is not pure videos. They are looking into 360s virtual tour.
Oh, so they can see the property and all that.
Yeah, so it's like already variety, and some they even have the Metapod. So it's like involving a lot of technologies.
Oh, okay. Any tips when it comes to creating those kind of like content for social media? You're talking about social media, right?
Yeah.
So any tips when it comes to creating content on social media? Like, do you have content frequency, how often you should post, what time, and the types of content that works best? Do you have any findings in your work?
I think the original one will be good. Like let's say we are taking raw footage and raw videos, and I feel that the engagement is getting up. Comparing to the one that you are designing, like perspective, like people don't really want to see it. They want to see the real thing.
Oh, so you mean amateur videos will do better, right? Better than the polished one.
That is what I'm doing right now, because during CMCO, people actually want to go to the sales gallery. So what I can do now is I go to the site or the sales gallery to take photos to portray the lifestyle when you are staying inside our projects. Something that.
Why do you think that works better than those polished videos?
It depends, because people want to really know their living experience in buying our properties. So it's very important. So rather than you are using those like commercialized videos, so people thought that it's a paid ad, it's a sponsorship. People don't really want to trust it. Yeah. So just want to make it genuine lah.
Genuine and also maybe more native type of ads lah.
Yeah, correct.
Okay. Very interesting to know from that. So I think a lot of marketers would move into creating ads that looks more down to earth, more honest, more personal, like you and me right now. Not so much of the fake professional thing, right? I think that will work much better than those ads, right?
Yeah, so it still depends. As in, like, if let's say a talk between an expert, maybe financial expert, people might like to watch it. Yeah, people will follow. That is something that I find out because I also like to follow those like financial expert. I like to listen to what they say. Yeah. So I'm planning to like invite few financial experts to come and share over in our social media platforms, also like our company social media platforms.
So you focus a lot on social media, right? But as a marketer, we know we leverage on a lot of platforms as well. So what are other types of marketing channels that work for you in terms of property? in this industry. So social media, do you also advertise on other websites like ads? Or do you look at some other media like magazines?
Yes, but now if let's say you mention about the print ads, right? It's not really that workable, I can say, because you cannot like really know the ROI and statistics from there. So now I'm trying to venture into advertising other websites like Media Prima Group. So they are a big group. So actually, I'm trying to tap inside their website and their network and their followers.
Do you track the ROI between different types of like media premier websites, NSTP, Berita Harian, all those things, compared to Facebook, Google? Do you track like the effectiveness across?
Actually, they got provide me the statistic. I quite impressed because they got a lot of followers like Say's website. So and like 1FM and all those. Actually, they are doing the promotion right now. So I find it that with maybe like 20K, you can advertise in like 8 websites. I find that it's very workable. It's very reasonable the price. So I'm willing to give it a try and see how it works from there.
But do you think advertising on those websites, they can be expensive upfront, right? 20,000 or more to start, right? Do you think that works better for a high ticket item like property, or it also works for other types of industry? Let's say the smaller SMEs.
Actually, they work for all lah. It's like sometimes this Media Prima they also give like SME package, so everyone can give it a try lah.
Okay. Any other platforms that you use, like sort of like maybe email marketing, or what other platforms you use other than websites and also Facebook, social media? Do you use Google Ads? Or?
Google Ads so far I didn't explore yet, but I will explore it soon. And YouTube ads I also wish to try out lah. I got a YouTube channel and I put in the YouTube SEO.
Okay.
And I can see that my ad is like the views is increasing starting June until now. But maybe like for others, maybe they think that it's low, maybe. But for now, I already got 1K view in one of my videos.
Okay, sounds interesting.
Do SEO lah now. I'm still fine tuning it.
Yeah. Do you think people search for what do you think people search for on YouTube when it comes to properties? So or what you're optimizing for when it comes to SEO?
We will search for like maybe houses in Damansara, KL, because now a lot of long houses, right? So people tend to property hunting, including me also. So I will tend to put in those keywords lah.
Okay.
Yeah, with the help of some SEO tools, I will see like maybe the keyword is ranking at number 1, so I will put it to try it out.
Oh, okay.
A lot of people search for it.
So what are your favorite SEO tools? I mean, we went through a few during the class, and also I'm sure you tried some of your own, but what's your favorite tools right now?
Marcus Samurai is not bad. Okay. And there's one, the Pro VID, is it, in YouTube? That one also very good. I always using it. Just I didn't go for the Pro versions. Yeah, Pro version you need to pay.
Very expensive, huh?
Yeah. But it's a very good tool, so you can actually steal the competitors' keywords and use it. Yeah. That's quite good.
So you've been working on social media for the company for some time, right? What is your strategy when it comes to building a strong social media profile? I'll give you a good example. Yeah. For a company like Nando's, you see they have this very strong social media like voice, or a company like GSC. When during the start of the MCO, right, they started to have this kind of voice, very down to earth, very personal. So when it comes to that kind of social media profiling, right, of a company, right, what is your approach to that, or what's your strategy to that?
Actually, now I'm still exploring, I can say. I just actually, when I just come into this company, I just rebrand my company website, because it's been like abandoned for quite many years. So didn't update or anything. So I take the lead to rebranding the website. Then I, scrap off and redo over our social media channels also.
So you started the website first, then you move on to social media.
Yeah, because now our website is looks professional and very mobile friendly. Last time it didn't. It just available on the desktop views.
Oh, okay. So you
Yeah,
a lot of work went to that. Can we take a look at the site, or what's the site name?
sure. It's land-general.com.
Okay, we can take a look at this one here. Maybe feature this in this video and see how that looks like. Yeah, and
Mm-hmm.
so we can see some of your work lah, basically.
So I've been editing the homepage video also. So everything including all the graphic is handled by me lah.
Oh, okay, interesting. I'd love to see that and see your work on that. What platform is it based on?
It's in WordPress.
Ah, okay, that explains it. I need a designer
But
as well,
the
so
issue
I
that
think.
I discovered that is a plugin, I can say.
Mm,
Because I think WordPress they just released a newer version.
mm,
After I upgraded, in the end that I found that a lot of plugin is not working.
mm.
So I need to downgrade lah. So there's kind of like technical issues lah.
I see. I think it's a constant process of always reiterating and also to improve things here and there. Like, it's a constant process, basically. That's why people like you and also myself exist in the world.
Yeah, but I'm okay with it because last time during my previous job, my boss also just throw me a WordPress website and asked me to manage. So I already used to it. So it's not a big deal for me.
I see. So sounds like you do a bit of like rebranding as well. Anything you want to share on the rebranding side?
For me, because for my website, I try to rebranding it as like a jewel in the forest because our projects, right, is more like towards greenery.
Okay.
So and their features, their facilities inside is quite good. So I plan to like rebranding them as a jewel lah, jewel in the green. So my color will be like green and gold. So it's a more luxurious color. So I'm starting from there, still trying to exploit. Yeah.
Do you think it's important for digital marketers and people who do mostly paid ads, right, to learn a bit of design as well? Because I find there's a lot of marketers who do marketing. They're good at paid ads, they're good at SEO and all the technical stuff. But when it comes to design, right, they totally don't have that skill set. Do you think they should also pick up some of that design skill set?
Yeah, I think they should, but for me, it's totally opposite. I'm very good in design, but I'm not really good in paid ads. So, a lot of company, they're actually like very demanding in that, saying that I didn't see your work, I didn't see your portfolio, I'm not confident in you. Like some like they even demanding me that if let's say we hired you, I need you to pick up this skill in like half month. So it's like very demanding, meaning that they will tell me what to do, but I need to create ROI for them.
Right, but then you can be a very good performance marketer, but then you still need to use those creatives, those photos that somebody have to design, right? So you can be very good in that, but if you can't do great design that captures people's attention, then it doesn't work anyway, right?
Yeah, that's correct. Actually, the simple Photoshop skill will do lah. You don't need to go until like motion graphics. Maybe if that's one you find it like it's very hard for you, then just learn the basic one. Yeah, start with Photoshop and Illustrator, that'll be good.
I see. I think Photoshop Illustrator can be a bit too advanced for some people. I mean, for you, it's like very easy, but for some people, it's too advanced as well. So they use things like Canva.
Canva is a very good platform. And maybe can start with like Instagram video shoot also okay lah. Just start with a genuine one, then people might see.
Interesting.
Yeah, like maybe TikTok. I think TikTok is doing a good job in their editing software.
Oh, do your company explore TikTok as well?
Just started to explore, but I think that it's still lacking of something. I just don't want it to be like too childish because I know a lot of teenagers they like to play TikTok and they are like to venture into like very creative things, creative action. I don't think it's suitable for property developers.
I think for property developers they have to find an angle to be in part of that whole creativity as well.
That's the thing that we actually need to venture, right? Rather just like if let's say today they are doing the like bottle cap challenge, then we also do the same thing. But I don't think that's the point, lah.
Yeah, because everyone will be doing it, and then it gets boring, right?
Yes, correct. Maybe for F&B it's working. But for property developers, no, I don't think so.
Right.
Yeah.
So speaking of that, what's the best platform? I mean, if I'm a property developer, right, what's the best platform for me to acquire leads and also sales right now?
I can say it's still those like the pioneer websites are like iProperty, Property Guru, because people go there to search for houses. So that's still the priority part lah.
You capture people when they are in that moment of looking for properties, right? I think that's why it works.
Yeah, in like if let's say you advertise on those lifestyle website, maybe the result is like still lacking of something lah. You cannot justify your ROI, your leads and all those. Yeah.
So Facebook and Google is not the only places to advertise on.
Yeah, still got other platforms.
I see. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so speaking about coming back to the digital marketer, right? What do you find, right, in your whole journey in being a digital marketer? I'll call you a digital marketer since you're already doing marketing, right? You are memang a digital marketer. So, what do you find is the most important skill set to be a good digital marketer? If you were to advise someone who is young and wants to do marketing.
What I can say that if you want to apply into digital marketing, it will be you need to understand what the field is. If let's say you are going into property field, you need to really study well on what they want and what the stakeholder wants. So like F&B is very straightforward and simple because last time I was serving Texas chicken before. So actually we are fighting against each other, like I say McD, KFC. So no matter what they're doing, so we are doing the same. So after that, people will follow also because it's like a very commercialized thing, and people get to follow. And it's still you can play a lot of trendy things up. But come to other field like financial, those it might be a little bit tricky because you need to understand the knowledge. Yeah, so my advice is you need to select your field, then you just apply for that job lah. It's a very important things that I learned from my experience.
So what you're saying is we have to pick a domain, a niche that we want to be inside. So let's say if I pick, for example, let's say the FMCG domain, then I should be an expert and go all into that domain, right? Because marketing is different for different types of niches. That's what you're saying, right?
Right. If let's say you are really interested in fashion, then you just go for the fashion. Like maybe you apply for Zalora, like all those fashion companies, and you just give it a try. If let's say you like FMCG so much, then you just go for like Texas, KFC, and all those. If you like property, then you maybe can go for massing and all those. That's you need to pick your field lah.
Oh, I think that's very important because there's a lot of small medium companies out there who hire small agencies and also freelance digital marketers, right? And then a lot of these digital marketers, right, they say they do marketing and then they do marketing for every single thing. I can do it for B2B, I can do it for B2C, I can do it for fashion and all sorts of niches, right? So I think that's not the case as I've learned from you.
Yeah, actually, I've been through that kind of situations before. So, for instance, we actually approached a agency. Actually, he just served one and only property developers. So they claim that we are actually viewing results and all this. End up they are doing shitty jobs. Yeah. So in then bring all the bad leads and a lot of bangla, all those, which is like irritating us and wasting a lot of our money.
Interesting. So if you're a company, your advice from Denise is go and look for an agency that specializes in one thing, one niche.
Yeah, because the company that I'm working right now, the vendors, they are actually specialized in property. They are serving agencies, property agencies, and property developers. So that's the direction I'm looking into it. So in the end, like we don't actually waste our budgets on this. Yeah.
Okay. My last question to you, right, is if you can turn back some time, right, and advise your younger self, let's say 5 years ago, yeah, what would you tell yourself?
Actually, I should venture into entrepreneurship, like maybe create my own product, sell something, and fully utilize the digital marketing skills to get more leads and more earnings. Yeah,
But
this is
that, that,
something that
that
I
is
should
still an
do.
option for you in the future, right? In near future, right?
Yeah, because now everyone is venturing into digital world, and you see after MCO, the trend is changed really.
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm sure one day you'll go back into entrepreneurship and do something around it with your skill sets as well.
Yeah, actually I'm planning into that one lah. Still in progress, still in planning.
Do update us when you do.
Sure.
Okay, so thank you so much again for doing this with us. I think we have learned a lot, and yeah, anything else you'd like to say before we end this session?
That's all. I think that very important thing is that you need to pick your field, your niche. So you like really become expert in that field. Like maybe all the property developer will like really chasing after you, want to hire you. So you need to be at that level. That is very important. Yeah,
All
rather
right.
than just go for a job, you just get a job and you just go for it. So actually it's not the right way.
Makes
Yep.
sense coming from someone who has done it and sharing her experience. Yeah. So thank you so much again for being here, and yeah, thanks again.
Yeah, thank you for having me.